starts
here.
Junction 19 of the M62 motorway. Not the prettiest and probably one of the busiest motorways this side of West Yorkshire. To the south, urban sprawl deteriorating all the way to Manchester and beyond. To the east and to the west, land that bears the scars of its industrial past and stretches out to the foot of the hills. Now to the north, you might find this hard to believe, but you travel a mile and a half through a forgotten town, you'll find yourself
Here.
a beautiful wooded valley with a river running through it. Wonderful, isn't it? We live in a society that every day is moving faster and faster, making people feel oppressed. Slowly but surely, the number of people seeking an alternative way of life is growing. My name's Bennett, and I'm the Backwoodsman. You know, I used to live there, on that hill, many years ago. I remember when all that were covered in trees. We had some cracking fires back then. Oh! Oh! Lighting a fire is very important. Now you can spend time rubbing two sticks together. Why? I'm going to be using lighter fuel. Now the trickiest thing about lighting a fire with lighter fuel is getting that cap open. There, we've got it. Sprinkle yourself some on, quite liberally like so. Stand well back. I'll light that later. It's bath time! Bit more lighter fuel for luck. And stand well back. Fire. Right.
So what would you guess the weather has in store for us today?
Well, I don't really know, you know. I can tell you that yesterday it rained in the morning and in the afternoon. It were fine in the evening. Other than that, I mean, I can't really say what it's going to do today. Not much chance of any rain, I don't think. But you never know. I mean, it won't be the first time we've had a thunderstorm this time of year. Maybe I'll have more information tomorrow, you know. But I can tell you that today in Africa and in California it's going to be very, very hot.
Well?
Well, what?
Was it easy making the decision to turn your back on society?
Well, it was a decision that was made for me, you know. I got into a rent arrears with the local council. They had me evicted. I mean, that's when I decided to become an outdoor survival expert. I learned fast. I suppose I had to. I was never afraid of starving to death, you know. I was never afraid of that. I mean, it took Bobby Sands 192 days to starve to death, and he was trying. What it is, it's your morality. It's hard to keep your morality up, you know. That's where fire comes in, you know. It's good for morale. Oh, bugger. I got my first taste for outdoor adventure when I was in Scouts. I was a patrol leader. That's where I got my hat from. Took the badge off, obviously. For my Backwoods cooking badge, I had to build a shelter and cook my own food over an open fire. I really enjoyed the experience, but I thought, hey, there's got to be more to outdoor survival than coring an apple with your Swiss Army knife, stuffing it full of raisins and sugar, wrapping it in tin foil and baking it in the hot ashes of a fire. So I decided that I'd extend the exercise. Now I went missing for 3.5 weeks that first time, in these very woods. Now the police rescue party only found me because I'd suffered a multiple fracture of my left leg due to an incident with a particularly aggressive badger and half an apple. I wasn't used to crawling in the splint, you see. Also, I was slightly disorientated and suffering bouts of lightheadedness because I'd forgotten to loosen my tourniquet at regular intervals. Otherwise, I feel I could have evaded capture indefinitely. I lost my last good pointed stick. I was night fishing. Okay. I lost my stick! I wasn't even night fishing! I'll try tickling one. That's what I'll do. Ooh. Oh. I'm a bit embarrassed about that. I'm normally a very good fisherman. It's a bit cold, like, I'd get it, but here I can. It can be really hard work fishing for your tea. Remember, you got to conserve energy. Hey! Yes, you little beauty! And that's me tea.
Isn't that a mackerel?
What do you mean?
Well, I thought they were saltwater fish.
It's known locally as the tiger trout.
I don't think I've ever heard of a tiger trout.
Well, you'd be surprised at the diversity of animal and wildlife you can find in these very woods. I mean, there's species of birds and animal life that can't be found anywhere else on Earth. You'll probably remember the late 1980s B&Q flat-back birdcage fiasco, when it were found that 98% of all flat-back bird cages supplied to a northern branch of B&Q were found to be incomplete, in that they were lacking a couple of components, a door catch and a 1-inch self-threading screw bolt. This resulted in a mass exodus of the domesticated budgerigard from the living room into the back garden, and it wasn't long before they'd gone further afield, or a wooded copse. You know, and after a couple of months they'd shed the bright plumage and they'd taken on a dull-arse brown of the local surrounding area. And now it's very difficult to tell the difference between what is essentially a domesticated budgerigard from, let's say, a common garden sparrow. In fact, the only way to tell the difference is to find a suspect bird, secrete yourself in a bit of a bush somewhere and whisper, "Joey," and see if you get a reaction. I get everything I need from these woods. It's full of bounteous produce, almost fighting over itself to get to you. You can almost find it everywhere you look. Right here, by the side of this little track. If I can just get at it. There you go. Lovely wild carrot. Not the sweetest vegetable you can find, but by golly, it fills your pot at the end of a busy day. And right here too. I can just get in there. Look at that, look at that. Lovely sweet wild celery. It's almost better than the original celery that you buy in the shops. And I've just spotted a treat here. If I can just reach it, I can see without breaking my neck. Oh! Look at that, look at that. Caught it. I caught it. That is one ripe wild apple. Look at that, the maggots have had half of it. Well, I could probably boil that up though, and that'll be fine, so I'll stick that in my pocket. Now listen up here, we've got a treat for you now. This here, this is your wicker tree. Now, you don't find many of them anywhere, apart from in this northern area. And if you're lucky, and if you know where to look, then you can find this. This is what comes off the wicker tree in the autumn. Really is a useful piece of tool, you know. And look, right at my feet. Sweet potato lying at my feet. I can throw that in my basket. This will make a great thing to carry wood around in. That's fantastic. I'm very happy with what I got there. And you saw how long it took me. Fantastic. I'll throw that apple in there. I might get maggots in my pocket. Look, I'm going to go and take these back to camp, put them in my larder. Now I've just stopped here because I've just spotted these stinging nettles. But what you might not know about stinging nettles is you can boil the leaves and strain it off and make yourself some lovely nettle tea. So I'm going to pick a few of these tender ones here, throw them in the basket. What you got to do is, you got to get them and grab them and squeeze real quite hard and pull them away. And don't be afraid of the nettles, like the beard. Be not afraid of the beard. Remember, the beard is just as afraid of you as you are of the beard. Be not afraid of these nettles. We'll make a lovely cup of tea with those later. Just enough there. Let's go. I built my shelter out of local timber and I lashed it together with twine. Now you can buy twine at any reputable hardware store, costs you about 25 to 50 pence. Now I insulated it with some spruce branches. Now it's interesting to note that you won't find any spruce trees in this valley, not anymore. Now the roof, that's a World War II German Army poncho. I bought that in Tib Street, Army and Navy store, cost me £10, that keeps the water off a treat. I built it here, in this natural hollow, where it's both sheltered from the wind and up off the valley floor, which is prone to night frost and flooding. Also down there you can be plagued by flies, and the sound of the river can drown out the sound of advancing danger. I did, however, make one mistake. What I hadn't realised was, right on me doorstep, a family of wildcats lived in here. I woke up the first night in my shelter to find the big male cat pinning me down just above the ankle. The female cat was on me knee. and the little baby cat was gnawing away at my shin bone. I consider myself very lucky to be alive. I love it. So lush, you know. Everybody needs a place to think. I do mine here. I love the greenness of it. I mean, this tree isn't that healthy, you know. In fact, it looks quite ill, but that's probably something to do with the fire, you know. It's underneath it. Would you like to have a look inside? Come on.
Oh.
Well, this is the lounge. I sleep on here. Hey, look, look, look. This is a trumpet. Brr, brr. Well, I can't play it, you know. Hey, but I painted this myself. I painted this. I used berry juices and juices of roots and grasses that I found in the woodlands, you know. Self-portrait. And when I'm enjoying this book's very good. I mean, I enjoy a good read, you know, but I don't get much time for reading, you know. Anyway, come on, we haven't got all day. I much prefer to be out of doors. If I spend any amount of time in there, I get cabin fever. Or lice. We haven't got time for lounging around. I'm going to use that fish I caught earlier, and we're going wildcat hunting! Come on! Now this is perfect wildcat hunting territory. We're right on the edge of suburbia here. These are council properties. The bin men take the rubbish away every week on a Tuesday. But council tenants, they put the rubbish out there all week long. Wildcats can't resist an easy meal, and neither can I. Now you've got to be careful with wildcats. They can be very, very vicious. Now the male wildcat is usually bigger than the female cat. Oh, hang on, I think I can hear one. We've got one here. Oh! Now that one got away. But if you do catch him, you got to be really careful. That thrashing tail, that can crack a rib. And them claws can have an eye out. And when you do catch them, hold them tight to you like this. And they've got bright coloured collars on. Now they wear these for mating purposes to show that they're ready for sex. But you can just take them off and throw them away because they're of no nutritional value whatsoever. Come on, we'll go and find us another. Have you got that fish? Don't try this at home.
Okay, I think that's a wrap. I think that's everything we need, Mr. Bennett.
Aye, this is smelling lovely.
Right, well listen, thanks ever so much for your time. It's been a fantastic day. It's been extremely educational.
I'm not letting you go before you try some of this.
No, we really have to be making a move.
Really? Well, I'll tell you what. I really enjoyed myself. I think it's been a trump. No, sorry, I meant triumph. You know, sorry, I'm dyslexic. But hey, and I've had some ideas as well. I was thinking we could do Barker Bennett, the beachcomber. I could build a shelter on the beach, buy some rocky cliffs, go fishing, surviving, finding stuff on the beach.
Well,
and I was thinking also we could do that one, then we could do one like Barker Bennett, high altitude, mountain man. Yeah, and in the snow and that, we could go hunting. We could go hunting for snow leopard.
The best thing to do is get these ideas.
Hunting wasn't the right word. Hunting wasn't the right word. Maybe I was thinking maybe go tracking. Tracking a snow leopard in the mountains. Well, like or maybe we could do. I was about this, bit of a spinny one, this bit with it, we could do Barker Bennett surviving in the inner city Manchester. You know, with the scum.
Well, it's
listen, not a lot of people know this, but I'm going to keep it clean for you, right? When I was 7, I was bitten on the finger by a radioactive ant. In fact, I was bitten twice. And I developed strange ant-like powers, you know, like, oh, I can move very fast.
Yeah.
I'm very, very strong. I can crush things like metal and that with my beak.
Why are you taking your clothes off?
Look, no, look, you don't understand. I'm a modern day superhero.
Oh my God.
I'm Ant-Man. Oh. I can pick up cars. 10 times my own body weight, 20 times. I don't know the actual facts. We could make a show about that.
Yeah.
Look. Just don't leave me in these fucking woods.